All right, so in the fourth lesson, we're now getting introduced to second declension. Declension is just a fancy fun word of saying words that behave a similar way or look a similar way. If you notice in the vocab, some of the words ended in US and then they went to I. We're used to AE, but now we got US to I. So we're going to get some new endings. We're going to double our endings, which is awesome. First, I'm going to point out nominative, if you recall, is the subject, or predicate nominative. And the accusative is the direct object. And in first declension, A to AE, you have A and AE, AM, AS, and now down here, you've got US and I, and you've got UM and OS. Now, I put lines over the vowels in the accusative plurals. We don't need to worry about that, but it's technically accented, and so I'm going to put it there because I'm used to it. So, what declension is each noun? All right, A to AE, US to I. So, Puella has the A, so that's going to be first declension. And that means that it's going to have the endings that fit with the A, the AE, AMAS. Wheat ends in A, so it's first declension as well. Equus ends in a US, so it's going to be second declension. Via, first declension. Insula, first declension. Servus ends in US, second declension. Agricola ends in an A, first declension. Amicus ends in the US, second declension. Now, take a moment, pause it, translate the sentences. If there's one you get stuck on, by all means, play it on through and walk you through it. But if you want to try them first and then have me go, whatever you're comfortable with. So the first one, the friend is not sane and kills the small girl. All right, amo. All right, looking at a verb, that's I love a great dinner. Tis, y'all are Boniamiki. All right, now, if you look on the chart that filled up at the top of the sheet, you're going to notice those I's are plural, nominative plural. Those are predicate nominatives. Sunt multi insulae. There are many islands. All right, we got a T, which is a he, she, or it. Our nominative singular ending A tells us that the farmer is the he, she, or it. All right, we've got a verb here and a verb here, but we've got a conjunction right here. So we're going to split in the middle and do the first half first. Water is good. But, and then we're going to do the second half. Canis malum. Ooh, that should not have. We're going to get rid of that. Ooh, there we go. Now it matches syrup and eggs. Last, we are happy. All right, now this section. This section can be exhausting, but it's really good for you. It really lays out how many things are going on your head when you are translating a sentence. And it's quite impressive the amount of thinking you need to do. So we are going to use this box to translate the italicized words into Latin. So Anna loves horses. So what's the word for horse in Latin? Equus. What declension is it? Second. What's the function of horse in the sentence? Direct object. What's the case of horse? Well, because it's a direct object, it's accusative. Singular, plural? Plural. Are we ever going to be done with these questions? Probably not. All right, so the big takeaways. Second declension, accusative, plural. So that US is going to become an OS once you look at the chart. Now, dropping it down, we're going to just take these 5 questions and lay them all out to get an answer or get a translation. So the word for road is IV.a. What declension is it? It's first because of the A. What's its function? All right, it's coming after a linking verb, so it's going to be predicate nominative. All right, you have to have an action verb for there to be a direct object. We don't have an action verb, so it's a linking verb predicate nominative. What case is it? Predicate nominative. It's got nominative in the name. And, all right, singular, plural, singular. So we got nominative, singular, in its first declension. So we is going to stay the same. The slaves are tall. Altus. Now for this one, we have to go with what it's describing, which is servus. All right, so servus is going to be second, which makes altus second. Slaves is the subject. And so this is describing it, but it's coming after the verb, so predicate adjective. Because it's describing the subject, it has to be the same case, which means it's nominative. Slaves is plural, so it's going to be plural. So nominative plural of US, if you look at the chart, is going to be an I, so pronounced alti. All right, Anna's a good girl. Puella A is first. All right, it is a noun coming after a linking verb, so predicate nominative. Nominative. Singular. So Puella is going to stay the same. All right, so you can try these next 3 on your own. Pause it and just play it when you're ready. All right, small is describing horses. The word for small is parvus. All right, horse is equus. US, second declension. It's a predicate adjective. So nominative because it's describing the subject, so it needs to be the subject. Horses is plural, so parvus has to be plural. So what is US when it's nominative plural? All right, and that's an I with an accent. Parwi. He looks at the small island. Word for island is insula. A is going to be first. Now, he's looking at it. It's receiving an action, so it's going to be the direct object. So it's going to be accusative. Island, there's just one, so it's singular. So accusative singular, first declension. You look up at the chart, and that's going to be an AM. We like the good water. All right, the word for good is bonus. It is describing water. Water is aqua. That's going to tell you it needs to be first declension. Water is a direct object. It's describing the direct object, so it's going to be the same. Like water, it's got to be accusative and singular. So accusative, singular, first declension. Bonum. Now you may be wondering, why is bonus, which US is second, why did I put an AM on it? I put an AM on it because it's got to match up with its adjective or with its noun, the one it's describing. In this case, it's water. Because water's first declension, all right, the adjective is going to follow suit, and it's going to match case, number, gender, which means to do that, it needs to be accusative case, number needs to be singular, it is, and gender needs to be feminine, which in this case is going to be the AM. All right, again, if you have any questions, please let me know.